So tomorrow is a big day. So what do I do the day before the big day? So tomorrow is the culmination of a year's work and planning and designing and negotiating, and finally this big project starts tomorrow, probably run for a few months. Basically giving well-being workshops to over 250 people. It's a pilot program and it's really exciting. We're using artificial intelligence to do some research, and the artificial intelligence robots will be interviewing all of these people 3 times. So it's basically like 750 interviews that these robots will be doing, and then they'll be analysing the data. So that's all really exciting. I've written a protocol and I've had lots of help. It's not just me. But tomorrow is performance day. Tomorrow is the day that we start actually giving the workshops. So like anything else, running up to this deadline, things were getting hectic. All sorts of preparations and logistics have to be taken care of just to make sure everything is running right on the day. And each day we're giving around 3 workshops. So what do I do the day before with all this kind of adrenaline running through my system? My system is on threat mode. It's on exciting mode. My brain doesn't know that I'm doing a workshop, doesn't care I'm doing a workshop, just knows that there's something new about to happen, something in the unknown. And so a natural reaction to that is it's going to put me on alert. An alert means that I'm going to feel that in my tummy, I'm going to feel it in my body. My mind is going to be racing a little bit more than usual with all sorts of interesting thoughts that it's going to throw up about mainly all the things that might go wrong, and mainly self-judgment thoughts about me. And again, also my emotions are going to be up and down as I have play towards excitement and then a little bit towards being anxious and towards having that situation of mixed feelings. And the important thing to understand here, in my opinion, is that I am having a natural response to the circumstances. And that doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. It just means that I need to acknowledge that my whole body here is actually being recruited in my favour. My mind is throwing up all sorts of uncomfortable and sometimes disturbing self-judgmental thoughts, but the intention behind it, if you like, is for me to be more alert and think, well, maybe I haven't prepared this properly, maybe I have to do a few things here and fine-tune a little bit here. My emotions are just responding. It's a whole message service. So it's just responding to the situation, basically to tell me, look, Dov, you're going into an unknown situation tomorrow. And therefore, we're on a little bit more alert than we usually are. Because why wouldn't my body want to warn me going into an unknown situation? And like anything else, our emotions are felt in our body. And so I'm feeling this. It's live. It's coming through on a broadcast in my body saying there is excitement there, but there's also a little fear. And so what do I generally do before a big event like that? Well, the day before I try to make it as self-care day as possible. So I do the last kind of day's preparations, but very slow, very light, do a lot of self-care, have a good nutrition, drink my water, go for a walk if I need to, just generally maybe a little bit longer sleep, so that I'm kind of reserving my energy for what will definitely be a high energy day tomorrow. So basically that's it. I'm all systems go, trying to relax, take it easy, slow down for the day, in anticipation of a wonderful day tomorrow.
Dov Benyaacov-Kurtzman has embarked on a 12-week daily live challenge to disseminate a mixture of knowledge, combining his hand-picked golden nuggets from his personal library together with his decades of experience and learning. He is doing this as a committed action to service his values of contributing and helping others, using himself as the subject of this exercise, despite his feelings of awkwardness, anxiousness and shame, which usually forms a barrier of uncomfortableness within, holding him back from accomplishing his goals. Dov Benyaacov-Kurtzman is an accomplished psychotherapist and clinical social worker with many years of learning and experience. And yet his self-disclosure of his vulnerability and openness is to demonstrate the human condition that we all experience from time to time. Disclaimer: the contents of this podcast, such as text, graphics, images and other material contained on the podcast, are for informational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional advice, diagnosis or treatment. Always seek the advice of your mental health professional or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding your condition. Never disregard professional advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard on this podcast.